Taurus, darlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and start into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for liking, for sharing this video so that this message gets out to other people, so that I know that my work is being disseminated out to the masses. Anyway, I do appreciate your love, your support, and returning to watch another video of mine. I do want to mention that I am available for personal readings, and that if you want to sign up for a Capella membership, you get exclusive access to guided meditations, daily guidance videos, and a whole bunch of other awesome benefits. I'm offering a 14-day free trial for some of my memberships of the lower tier, so that you can get a taste of what I offer that I do not put out on YouTube, to help to better prepare you guys for what's coming down the pike, because the collective is going to be going through some major changes. So it would benefit you if you feel called to sign up for a membership. You can cancel at any time. You want to try it out for 14 days and it doesn't work out for you, whatever, that's fine. If you want to keep it, that's fine too. It's very easy to cancel. If you already have a membership and you feel like you want to get more out of it, as I am going to be doing live streams for members only very soon. I'm going to make a bigger announcement about that later. So if you want to not have to be put on a list on my lives and be in a more intimate environment, and I can read, I'll pull more cards with those readings as well. It would benefit you to sign up for one of the memberships that includes access to my members only live streams. Okay, check out the description box below, or go to capellawellness.com for more information on my Capella memberships. You also get free access to my mobile app, where you can access all of the exclusive content there, and you can chat with me and other people, and go check out whatever else is there. All right, I wish you guys a wonderful week, a wonderful month. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. How are you? I hope you are doing awesome. I send you much love and many blessings, as I always do. And I hope you have an awesome weekend if you watch this before the weekend or during the weekend. All right, Taurus, we're going to see what's going on with you at this time, what obstacles you are facing, what lessons you're learning from the situation to help you with your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about. We're then going to get guidance from Spirit on how to best navigate these energies, what your wellness message is, and lastly, what's going on with love and relationships for you. All right, here we go. What is going on with Taurus at this time? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Wow. We have the Lovers card. All right, Taurus, remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For somebody else who's watching this, keep your unhealthy ego at the door, and make sure you're honest with yourself and your situation. So, right out the gate, for some of you, this has to do with a divine union. And with the astrology going on, and this Mars, Uranus, North Node in Taurus, conjunction in I forgot the other stuff. I just went blank. I was thinking about all the other astrology that I want to talk about, but that's the... I don't know why they cut me off, but they're telling me, don't worry about the astrology, Jess. That's what they said. Either way, if you know astrology, you know what's going on, okay? It's opening up the energy, this portal for divine unions to happen, okay? That's what I'm getting. I also was hearing that the month of July was building up to this, and the month of August, and August is the number 8. 8 is about abundance. July is the 7th month. So 7 is a very spiritual number. It's the most spiritual number of all the numbers. 8, again, is about abundance for August. And when you turn the number 8 on its side, that's the infinity symbol. That is the so-called twin flame symbol, but I call it like counterparts because my guys do not like the term twin flame, okay? So there is a divine union happening, and because it's the current energy, the energies are really building up for this to happen. But this is for those of you who have achieved union with self. You've understood who you really are. You've gone through that emotional healing. You've done the healing of the inner child, your ancestral pattern healing, relationship healing, all that stuff. You saw yourself for who you really were, right? You see with her mirror image, she's a human there, and she's living this like amazing life. When I look at this card, this portal here, her other life is really about the sun card. Having everything under the sun, this bliss, this vitality, this beautiful energy here. Living in the castle, living by the mountains, whatever, living out in the hills or something like that. It's like, this is the life that I want to live, but I got to get into alignment with it, because the Lover's card does talk about getting to alignment with your higher self. So some of you realize, I want this life, but I need to be who God has asked me to be in order to be able to manifest this life or manifest this connection, right? And you took it upon yourself to go through that emotional healing, especially with relationships, learning how to self-forgive, learning how to forgive others, because that's the gateway to union. It's the harmonious union, that is. It's the gateway to having it all, right? But that talks about doing all of that healing from all of these relationships that you've had that were traumatic, that were that affected you into your adulthood, all these other things, okay? So some of you have really achieved this greatly, and you are starting to realize what true love really is. The Lovers is unconditional love right here. And you saw that in yourself. You saw the divinity within yourself, and you see it with other people, to include your counterpart. You understood better that you were a divine being of God. You were always going to God to make those choices. You were being obedient. You were following God's instruction. You were allowing yourself to connect fully to God, to be able to make healthier choices in love and in your life. And when you do that, you get into alignment with your divine self. And doing so ends up having you calling in your counterpart, so that your counterpart can do the same, because you guys are mirrors, right? What you are doing is what the other person is going to follow suit in doing. That's why it's important. If you're the divine feminine, you got to take that lead. You got to be that example to your mirror, to the person, of achieving that greatness, of achieving the ability to understand who you really are as a divine being. So somebody here they see their counterpart as a reflection of themselves, a reflection of their inner wounds, because our relationships are reflections of our inner wounds. And some of you looked in that mirror and started to see who you really, really were. So somebody here is now in alignment for this union to happen. But again, for the others of you, you got to start making healthier choices in love and life. You got to let go of these trust issues, let go of these mistakes you've made in relationships, or mistakes other people have made, and whatever relationships you were dealing with. Letting go of bitterness, anger, resentment, okay? Stop getting into relationships where you don't have the same core values. Not settling for less. This is you having high values, high standards, okay? And not aligning with somebody who doesn't have those things, who doesn't have a mission, who doesn't have a similar mission to yours. This is what Lovers is all about. These counterparts have a big mission, and part of that mission is to be a divine couple as an example to others. It's being an example of unconditional love and forgiveness and alignment and everything else that this Lover's card talks about. For some of you, that is what part of your mission is with your person. That's why you were in this type of connection. That's why you are in this. You may be dealing with a Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but there's a Gemini energy. My guides wanted me to say it for whatever reason, because somebody needed some other confirmation for something. But, okay, I got an interesting hit. So for somebody here, this is specific. This is specific, but this does not mean that this is only going to be for somebody who's dealing with a Gemini. But if you are dealing with a Gemini, you are meant to have twins with that person. That's what I said. Okay? If that's what God wants, that's what God wants. But that was for a specific message for somebody. Now, with that Lover's card there, some of you need to start following your heart. It's following the Holy Grail. You got to start finding what makes you happy. Union with your counterpart is not the end goal here. It's finding your happiness within yourself. Harmonious sacred union with your person is the bonus. Okay? If you do your work and you find love within yourself and you're happy without being with your person, without being in romantic relationships. You don't need romance to be happy, Taurus. You don't need somebody in your life to kind of lift you up. You do that on your own. You got to find those things that are really going to lift you up and make you happy. It's some of you have creative talents or abilities, you know, music or art or painting or poetry or something like that, fictional writing, whatever. Use your creativity. Okay, you guys are blessed with creative talents. It's time to really go on that journey to discover exactly what those things are, how you're going to about incorporating that into your life, and understanding that, oh, I didn't realize that this is going to bring me happiness. You may end up stumbling into a gift that you didn't know you had. It's what happened to me. I had no idea that I was this much of a psychic, intuitive person. I mean, I had those abilities when I was a kid, but I didn't really think anything of it. And the fact that I'm doing this right now for other people, it's my holy grail. Believe it or not, I found my purpose in the gifts that God gave me. And this is what some of you are being asked to do. All right. Finding that happiness within yourself and going on that quest to see what that fulfillment is, to see what bliss really is, to see what true love really is. And it starts with yourself. And that's why I talked about, for some of you, this is about making those healthier choices for you, getting to alignment with yourself. It's union with self first before you can have harmonious union with your person. You got to be in harmony with yourself. You got to achieve a sacred balance. 6 is about balance with yourself before this manifests, all right? But this, again, is not your end goal. Romance is not your end goal. Romance is below agape love, guys. You want the agape love. That's the highest energy of all, the highest love of all. But you've got to go find that love within yourself first. And do those things that God, utilize those gifts that God has blessed you with to find that happiness. Following your heart. What is it that Taurus really wants to do? Listening to what your intuition is telling you. What is it that you really want in life? And it's not romance, guys. Some of you think it is, and it's not. Some of you want to have that bliss, that happiness, to be free to do what you want. But that's up to you. You got to find that within yourself first. The others of you, there is somebody coming in, could very well be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, who, and I know that Taurus, these Taurus readings tend to get like Pisces energy in it, because I always get strong Pisces in these things. I tend to get strong Pisces in almost all my readings. Let's just be honest here. So there is somebody coming towards you, Taurus, or it's you, Taurus, going towards somebody else who's going to be very vulnerable. You are a sensitive being, but you're not allowing your you don't look at sensitivity as a weakness, okay? And you had an issue with being vulnerable with others about how you feel, because you have very deep feelings for somebody, or your person has very deep feelings for you. And now you're going to express this to someone. This is an outpouring of emotions. Somebody is going to spill the beans. Somebody has an overflow of emotions, and you're actually going to let it out. This is not King of Cups energy. This is the Knight, where the Knight actually moves forward, follows their heart, follows their intuition, and says, I'm going to go after what makes me happy, because this person who's coming towards you has found their happiness. They understand what this love is. It really is unconditional love. It's a love like no other. It's the agape stuff. And this person did some self-reflection and was like, what is this connection? Why do I feel this way for my counterpart? And on this quest, this person started to realize what this love really was about. And this person started to realize, I need to make better choices in my relationships. I need to be choosing me first and foremost, and I need to be finding what makes me happy. And again, with that, relationships reflect our inner wounds here. That's what this knight started to realize. So it could be you or your person, Taurus, but this knight has a better understanding as to what love is. It's like that Foreigner song, I want to know what love is, right? And apparently that counterpart was the one who showed them what unconditional love really is. Not just love, right? It's not just eros, it's agape. And this was very freeing for this person, and this person is now coming towards you with this offer. They now want to give you their cup because they found theirs on their own, and they're no longer going to be afraid of being vulnerable. This can even be a secret admirer. Somebody was admiring you from afar. When I'm not getting new energy here, guys. I'm getting somebody from your past, somebody you know is your divine counterpart. They have been admiring you for a very long time, and they never really made it known because they were afraid of how they felt, because that agape love, it's powerful. And they didn't really know what to do with it, but now they know what to do with it, and they're going to express it to you, and they're going to offer it to you. This could even be engagement, proposal, marriage proposals here. An invitation to something, maybe a romantic trip or a romantic event or something like that. Even like some picnic on the beach or something along those lines, you know, whatever. So this individual is coming towards you, Taurus, or it's you, and they're no longer seeing their sensitivity as a weakness. They're no longer afraid to be vulnerable, because before they were stomped on, they were burned, and people took advantage of their good heart. They took advantage of these people being very sensitive. They were emotionally manipulated, and it really gave them a false sense of security, in a sense where they started to believe that they couldn't be sensitive anymore, or that they couldn't be vulnerable with other people anymore. But they're starting to realize that holding your love back really is detrimental to the soul. It's detrimental to the heart. So this individual is now just saying, you know what? I'm going to go through with this, and I'm going to express how I feel. So this person's coming out of hiding because this person wants this divine union here. So some of you are going to be receiving an offer, and this is coming from a very sincere, very loving individual. They're not afraid to wear their heart on their sleeve anymore. Very creative, very, very artistic. This person could be expressing their love to you in the form, an art form, or music, like songwriting or song playing or something along those lines, okay? This offer is going to be very, very creative in nature. It's going to be very, very beautiful too, is what I'm hearing. So, and with that knight at the top, here's another knight, okay? This person is doing this come hell or high water. They're not going to be afraid anymore to come out of hiding. No more secret admirer. They're going to tell you, it's me. I've loved you this whole time. And they're going to express it. I'm getting it very strongly, guys. They're going to express it in a very, very creative way. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. But this person is being very, very sincere with this. They know what in their heart is true. And they have this ambition to come forward. Like, I got to do this come hell or high water. This is the go-getter energy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give my cup. I'm going to express how I feel and not be afraid of how I feel, let alone what how the other person is going to react. All right, because this person knows you are their counterpart. And this is going to happen very quickly. It's going to be very sudden. And this offer, this expression of emotions is going to be life-changing. It's going to be something that's going to be like, what the heck is this? I didn't know. You probably had, some of you, your intuition was telling you that this person felt for you in such a way. You kind of knew it, but the way that they're going to express it to you, especially with this knight, with this ace of swords here, this communication, it's going to be very surprising to you, and it will come out of nowhere like how lightning does, right? It's going to be lightning fast. And this is going to be, it's going to change your life. All right. This offer here, this proposal, it's going to change your life. For others of you, this could very well be dealing with meeting up with a business partner or some like-minded person here who's going to offer you a job, an opportunity to work with them, and it's really going to make your heart flutter. It's going to bring you so much happiness, and because you get to use your creative talents. It's something like a creative job opportunity, creative offer that's being presented to you, and somebody wants you to work with them on this. And again, it could be, it'll be very life-changing for you. It's going to be sudden. These are sudden, drastic life changes are going to be coming. And this is also, you know, being swept off your Pete. Maybe somebody's name is Pete. This is going to be someone who's going to sweep you off your feet, and it's going to catch you off guard. So this is telling me be prepared, because look how ready she is. Be on guard, okay? Because you're going to be caught off guard by this. So be prepared, because it's going to come in like a tsunami, like a tidal wave. You're not going to know what hit you, because this person's coming in very differently. All right? So let's see what the obstacle here is. What is the obstacle with this situation? Now, when I say obstacle or challenge, guys, it could either be what your current one is, or maybe you've already overcome this. Strength. There we go. Yep. The obstacle here was having the courage to come forward with expressing these emotions, let alone proposing to somebody and, you know, getting, it's starting the beginning stages of divine harmonious sacred union. That's what I was just told. Okay. So it's either you or your person, like finding that courage and strength to do this. Again, I talked about vulnerability or sensitivity is a sign of weakness. The shadow side of this is weakness, and this is Leo energy. You could have Leo in your chart, your person does, but this is more of, you know, overcoming these sensitivities and these vulnerabilities and not seeing it as a weakness, saying, you know what, I have more power than I think I do. I've gone through, somebody's gone through a huge recovery process with this strength card. This could be even dealing with that Knight of Cups, with doing some tremendous healing with regards to an illness or some trauma, okay, which built the resilience, the confidence and courage in this individual. Because before, or you, Taurus, were lacking that courage, lacking the confidence, like shining your light and not being afraid to show it to others. Because with the strength card here, because it is Leo energy, I get a sense of dimming the light and allowing other people to dim it, even dimming it on your own, where you look to sensitivities and vulnerabilities as a weakness. That drops your vibration, okay? You shouldn't be afraid of doing that. And yes, sometimes we get ourselves caught into situations where people take advantage of that, but you got to understand your power, and you have to like push through that and know that, like, you know what? Okay, if somebody, you know, ridicules me for that or whatever, that's on them. It's not on me. Again, remember, relationships reflect our inner wounds. So somebody's not going to, if they're going to see that as a weakness in me, then whatever, I'm not going to deal with it, because I know that's me and that's who I am, and I'm going to push through it. I'm not going to let anybody to have me see myself in a lower light, or to have anybody dim my light. So with this energy here, it's also about having compassion. All right. It's the obstacle for some of you is having compassion for this person, or compassion for yourself, or both. Because people do things that we don't understand. Why? Because if you get hurt or they act in a way that is manipulative, it's because they're going through battles you know nothing about. Unless you know everything that's gone on in their life, I wouldn't say you have the right to actually judge that person or accuse that person of something, right? That's coming from a lower vibrational energy. So this energy of compassion is going to be needed, because when somebody has compassion for someone, they understand, you know, that everybody makes mistakes, because we all make mistakes. We all do. Nobody's perfect. And it's stemming from relationships reflect our inner wounds. If we're distorted, if we're low vibrational, if we don't love ourselves, if we're not strong in the heart, we don't know our own power, then we're going to attract people with those same types of energies. So having compassion is going to be a very, very big thing. Hear the person out. Have them like pour out their heart to you so that you have a better understanding of what they were dealing with. Okay? That helps you to better understand what was going on. And then some things might click within you. And maybe what they tell you, you will say, oh my gosh, I was going through the same thing. I went through something similar. I was not in my divine place either. So how was I going to attract true love, right? Divine love. How was I going to attract people who were going to be loving me the way that I love myself, right? So compassion is going to be a big thing that some of you are going to have to overcome. And I know I can't tell you what to do, but in order to receive the highest love of all, compassion is going to be needed. That's where the true energy of that's the energy of where a true divine feminine Christ comes from. A true divine feminine forgives. She's compassionate. She's patient. She understands that everybody goes through stuff because she sees the divinity in everyone, including herself. So take it how it resonates, because the compassion may have been a challenge for you. For some of you, it still is. The courage and confidence still is an issue. Understanding you have the power within to create that life that you want. And didn't I say 8? 8 is the month of August. So some of you may very well be coming into divine union for the month of August. My guides just pointed that out. Okay. Or it could be 8 days or whatever, but don't get hung up on the timing, please. I do not like saying that. This is also doubt, self-doubt. It could be your person, it could be you, low self-esteem. All right. Somebody didn't have low self-esteem. They doubted their abilities. They doubted in the love. They doubted the connection, that type of thing. If your intuition knows, Knight of Cups, if you feel it with every fiber of your being, that this is your person, that this is a love that you've never experienced, that it's bliss, then trust that feeling. Okay. Trust it. This is also, again, the vulnerability thing, as I was talking about. Believing in oneself. That you can be loved. That you can love others the way you want to be loved, but you got to love yourself first. So we've got 2 major arcanas here, guys. We got Gemini and Leo. And now we have Scorpio. We've got Death at the bottom of the deck here. So this is about facing your fears. All right, overcoming those demons. It's like, you know, if you want to see the change to happen, you've got to be the change. You have to embrace that. This is what I'm also getting from this is that somebody has undergone a very serious transformation. Like I talked about, boosting their self-esteem, boosting their self-confidence, the courage here. Again, not seeing vulnerability and sensitivity as a sign of weakness. Somebody had to realize that about themselves. It was keeping them stuck in the past. All right. With this death card, it's like you got to kill the old self, the old you out so that the new can emerge. It's Pluto energy. It's Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's finding that power within you. You have the power to be this incredible force that comes from within you, and you have the power to change your life. You have the power to do anything that you want to do. This is understanding that power comes from God, because it is a major arcana. A lot of cleanup had to be done from the past. A lot of those people who did these individuals wrong or manipulated them because of their sensitivities, because of their vulnerabilities. Some people are like that, but those people, they have stuff to clear too. They have healing to do. All right? People who take advantage of those, it's like taking advantage of the weak, taking advantage of those who are sensitive. It's not a really pleasant thing to do at all. So I pray for those people, but I get a sense that you or your person was dealing with somebody who took advantage of that type of behavior or that nature within them. Again, I'm getting strong Pisces energy with this, but this person really had to clean some stuff up from the past and to let that past go and to just understand that, you know, the awakening, going through that transformation, that you can't live a butterfly life. I'm sorry, you can't have caterpillar thoughts and expect a butterfly life, right? So this individual is realizing, if I want my world to change, I got to be the change, right? Be the change you wish to see. It's that metamorphosis. And it's going through those struggles like the caterpillar in that cocoon. The caterpillar has to struggle to push through that tiny hole that opens up because the fluid ends up transferring to the wings, and that's what enables the butterfly to fly. So this individual had to go through some really dark stuff. Scorpio's dark, it's deep, it's shadow work. It's facing those fears, it's facing your shadow self and learning how to transmute that into light. So that is what that person did. And that happened to be what was needed in order for this person to recover from literal illnesses, to recover from the past hurts and things like that, and to build up the self-esteem, the strength, the resilience, the courage, and the confidence. And now this individual is like, I'm not going back to that anymore. This is a completely new person, a completely transformed, a total overhaul. They've been completely renewed and rejuvenated. They transitioned into that butterfly now. And now because of that, they're ready for this harmonious sacred union, this divine union. Whatever happened in the past, it's done. It's over. Kill it. Just let it die. Let it die. Because some of you could totally miss the greatest love of your life. And this is what God's trying to see, if they're going to let people still stay stuck in the past. It's done. It's done. If somebody didn't have the courage to come forward before, there was a reason for that. Not everybody has that confidence within themselves, especially to tell somebody how they feel. And we can't judge them for that. We can't criticize them for that. We cannot ridicule them for that. That's not right to do, because you're not looking at the divinity within that individual. Everybody expresses their love differently, and everybody goes about it a different way. Okay? So the others of you, this is understanding your power pretty much. You need to purge that shadow side of yourself. You cannot avoid the shadow work when you're going through your emotional healing, guys. You can't. You can't. Some of you don't like that because this involves a dark night of the soul. You don't like to feel vulnerable. You don't like to tell people exactly what's going on, or like, I'm going through this hard time and I need to do this by myself. Sometimes God tells you to do by yourself. Yes, sometimes you need some help. If you need help with overcoming these demons, with facing your fears, doing the shadow work, ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness. There might be a little bit of stubbornness here, thinking, yeah, no, I can do this, whatever. I don't need anybody. I can get through this. But if you're having a hard time and God's telling you to reach out for help, don't look at that as a sign of weakness. But the shadow work has to be done. You've got to face those dark things about your past, about your dark side, and learn how to transmute that into light. You've got to go through that cocoon stage. It's the struggles. It's not pleasant, but that's where you're going to change. That deep, dark stuff is what frees you of that past. It what frees you of those burdens, is what frees you from your 3D self. So with that emotional healing, we talked about the Lover's card. The shadow work is part of it. And some of you may very well be not wanting to do that because that's vulnerable. It's weakness. I don't want to give in to that. I don't want to cry. I don't want to be like sad. I don't want to do this. You got to purge that shit out because you're making room for the light to come in. It has to come out of you, whoever needs to hear this. Okay? So let's look at the lessons here. What lesson is Taurus learning from this situation? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, planning series, please and thank you. You have to let go of the old in order for the new to come in. Two of Swords. The lesson here is that, like, again, listen to your intuition. Okay? You can't let indecisiveness be an obstacle. If your heart is telling you to do something, then you do it. You've got to trust your heart. Stop overanalyzing and stop second guessing and stop having other obstacles getting in your way or making excuses or say, this is too hard to do. I don't want to fight this off, or I can't fight this off because these two guys are fighting. I don't want this to affect me in a negative way because I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel the dark stuff, but you got to do it as part of your transformation. All right, you've got to release that. Otherwise, you're not gonna. So what I'm being told is that when you have a hard time releasing that dark stuff or learning how to transmute that into light, you are affecting the heart space, and there ends up being a block between your head and your heart, which prevents you from really trusting your intuition. Okay. It's the death of the ego. The ego is what prevents us from fully trusting and listening to our intuition. Thank you, Spirit, for that. And then you're all up in your head. And then your heart's trying to talk to you because there's a disconnect between the head and the heart, and you're thinking of it logically. You're thinking, nope, all these thoughts. No, I don't think whatever. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that because of this, that, whatever. No. That death of the ego has to happen. That shadow work has to happen because you're purging out things of your old self, of your 3D self, which is tied to that unhealthy ego, which is tied to the 3D world, which is tied to devil energies of conformity, in a sense, of listening to everyone else, the societal conditioning, the programming, all right? Clearing that out allows you to better trust your heart instead of being all up in the head. You got to be more decisive. And when your gut says go, your gut says something, then you listen. Somebody here has a tendency to overanalyze and to overthink to an incredible degree. Some of you have overcome this. Others of you, this is why this whole death energy has to occur. Okay. Take it how it resonates, because I'm getting a strong feeling where somebody has made a complete renewal and they're no longer putting their head in the sand and avoiding the truth, especially about what this connection is. God has shown them time and time again that this is their person, that this is true love, that this is God ordained. But this person was trying to find some sort of logic to this. And there's no logic with unconditional love. There's none. So with this lesson here, it's learning to trust your intuition and be more decisive when your intuition tells you to do something. You do not second guess it. And look, I raise my hand with this because a lot of my life, this was a huge lesson for me. To second guess what I was feeling. And this is crazy because I felt something after doing a daily guidance reading for my Capella members. And I had some insane synchronicities in that reading with a telepathic conversation I had earlier in the morning during meditation, and other signs that came to me in the physical. And I said to myself, I'm no longer overthinking this. If I felt at peace, then I know what I saw, what I felt is my truth. Because I had an issue with this too. Some of you are still having complications with this, but this is about overcoming this, right? You will start to better learn to trust your intuition and to not overanalyze that intuitive hit that you get. So somebody here, maybe lesson was that if they thought that there was competition with their counterpart, that was keeping them from making the decision, keeping them from moving forward, they're starting to realize if their intuition was like, well, there is no competition, or why are you afraid of this? Why don't you go after you want? This person was learning about that too. If this, whoever's resonating with the competition aspect of this, it's kind of like, why are you going to let that keep you from your happiness? If you know that you want to go after that person, then go do it. If you know what your intuition is telling you, then stop doubting it. Stop trying to find some sort of logical reason as to what you're feeling. Vibes don't lie, Taurus. They don't. So there's this person overcoming this indecision, knowing that they needed to make a decision and being afraid to do it because of the what ifs. What if this doesn't happen? What if that happens? But that person is overcoming that. Leap of faith. They're taking that leap of faith now. They're saying, you know what? I got to just jump in and do it. I cannot worry about the what ifs. I cannot worry about the unknown. If God's telling me to do something, I do it. If this is how I feel, then this is how I feel. No more overanalyzing. No more second guessing. Like, I'm just going to go and do it. I'm not going to try to put, some sort of explanation into this. I'm just going to go follow my heart and jump and take that leap. If this is what God is calling me to do, then I'm going to do it. This Fool energy, he knows that God is always leading the way when he follows his heart. He has to have that faith and take the ultimate risk. So for somebody here, your person or you, Taurus, you're taking that ultimate risk of coming forward with that cup towards your counterpart. You're no longer trying to overthink this. You're no longer trying to doubt what it is that you're feeling. You're no longer thinking that because of your past, of you being vulnerable and sensitive and being open with somebody, you think that this person's going to burn you. Why do you think that that person's going to burn you like what happened in the past if this is your God-ordained person? Why do you think God would have that happen now if you've done your work, if you're in alignment with your higher self, and you're ready for this divine union? Why do you think you coming forward, expressing your emotions to this person, the past is going to resurface? That has been cleared out for some of you. That's where that faith comes in. Because God's shown you time and time again that nothing is going to go wrong. That now you're ready for this new beginning. You're ready for a new life, to fulfill that new role that God gave you. And you're going to follow your heart from now on. You're no longer going to beat yourself up for not following your heart in the beginning. You're no longer going to self-sabotage and not forgive yourself for not trusting your intuition and not trusting God and not having faith. We all go through this. And I know for me, with one thing that some huge test that I went through with taking a massive risk, God told me, did anything happen, Jess? No. I told you. Have faith in me because I know what I'm doing. If I tell you to do something, you do it. If I tell you not to do something, you trust me. So it's all about trust and faith in God. And now, some of you, you're going to be moving to this next journey where you're not going to second guess your gut. You're not going to overanalyze the shit out of something that you intuitively heal. You're not going to overanalyze the shit out of your vibration, of what you're feeling on the inside. And you're going to go into life having more trust and faith in God and having a lot more confidence in what it is that your intuition is telling you, and trusting in the choices you are making when God tells you to make those choices. It's going to be a completely different life for some of you. And your person is It's like Nike. Just do it. This is a little bit similar to my daily reading for my members. So this is interesting because this card came out. This was showing up. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let those thoughts get in the way. Okay, from what you know you feel inside your heart, Taurus. This is like you knowing you're in an impasse, that you're just like waiting for something to magically happen, but when God tells you, what did I just tell you to do? If God tells you to take action, you take action. You take the risk. You jump in and do it. You do something about it. But you have to have faith with it. If you want the stalemate to end, and you've been told to end the stalemate, there you go. Then you have faith and trust in what God has told you to do, and you go ahead and end that stalemate. You stop listening to your overactive mind. So it looks like the stalemate is coming to an end, and now you are doing something about it. And you're ready to embark on this new journey, and you're not going to have that fear anymore. And what's going to happen is you're going to have so much confidence in God, the God confidence, and in you, that whatever risk God wants you to take, you know that you're going to be supported. You know that your God is going to catch you, that he's going to be there every step of the way. It's a huge thing that I have had to learn, guys. And this past month, and I had these past couple of months, oh my goodness. Faith is the hardest thing to maintain, hands down. There's the Emperor there. Divine Masculine Christ. Somebody is high with energy, and somebody is really ready for this new beginning. Because this Divine Masculine Christ knows his role as the Divine Masculine. He's ready to start a new life, a completely new journey as the Emperor. This person totally bossed up. Totally leveled up. This person is impenetrable, unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable. This could even be you, Taurus. Starting this new life so that you can get to this level right here. Taking charge of your life, taking the lead, taking the helm. Knowing that you have everything in your power to create the life that you want. Because that power comes from God and God alone. And that also talks about having that faith as well, as I said. So take it how it resonates, because some of you are taking this new journey for you to really be strong in your masculine energies. And to really learn how to take risks and not even have a single thought about taking a risk. Because that's what he does. Because he knows he's always being divinely guided. And when he's told to take action, he takes action. So there is a Divine Masculine here who's very high with energy. He's ready to take the lead role as the Divine Masculine, as part of the Divine Order. He's ready to do something. He's ready to make things happen. But the bigger thing is he's ready to take the lead now. Then he knows that he cannot rule his empire without his empress. So he's going to take action. He's ready. He's ready to do it. He's ready to jump. World card. The delays. Allowing your indecisive mind, your thoughts get in the way. Putting your head in the sand. Avoiding the truth. Knowing that your intuition is telling you to do something. To follow your heart. To just jump in and do it. Delays, disappointments, stagnation. You're like, no, I just got to do it. I can't hold back anymore. I can't let my thoughts, my indecisiveness hold me back. I cannot let my fears hold me back. Nothing. The only thing holding you back, Taurus, is you. That's it. It's you. For the others of you, look. It's the end. It's the beginning. Endings bring new beginnings, guys. It's always like that in the cycle of life. When one book closes, another one opens. When one door closes, another one opens. You guys get the gist of this. Things have to close out in our lives so that we can experience the newness. It helps us to grow, to learn, to evolve. We move to the next level. We boss up. We start realizing other things, other magical things that God teaches us and about how much power we really have. This is the Alpha and the Omega. It's what God is, the beginning and the end. You can't go through this journey without having God in it. Period. So this life, somebody's completed the hero's journey. And they're starting a completely new one, but as a divine masculine. No more stalling, no more stagnation, no more whatever this is, preventing them from moving forward. It's done. It's completion. It's over. This divine masculine has come full circle. This is really amazing stuff. Which is why that divine union card is here, which is why they're choosing this. It's going to be a completely new world for this divine masculine. It's a completely new world for you, Taurus, with you really venturing out there into the unknown. Be like, you know what? I'm just going to go do this. I'm going to just enjoy the journey. I'm not going to worry about where God is leading me towards, but you got to trust that God is leading you to something magnificent here. There's some great success here that you guys are heading towards. Some really great success. This could even be travel, okay? Somebody may be moving. Somebody may be traveling to a different part of the world or a different part of the country. Take it how it resonates. But this is feeling fulfilled and understanding that you can be in this place. And this is the time to start on that journey. Because at the end of the day, when you get to the world card, again, because we always go from full to world, it never ends, guys. We're always going through different chapters in our life, different phases of our journey, okay? So when you get to here, you're not going to recognize yourself when you've gone through that hero's journey. You won't. You're going to be completely amazed by who you end up becoming when all is said and done. Let's see what the guidance is for you guys. What guidance do we have for Taurus? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. This card came out in my daily reading too for August 5th. Allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in. No, my bad. It was change, not chance. Either way, I like this. See, and just enjoy the journey. Just go out there, follow your heart. Just the fool, he's like carefree. He's full of wonderment. It's the curiosity of a child. Just take that chance. How are you going to know if you just don't take the leap, Taurus? There's a chest of wonders is about to show up. Okay? With great risk comes great reward, guys. Dance. Take inspiration from the moonlight dancing on the surface of the sea. See when I talked about the ocean here with that Fool card? This is going to be specific for somebody. Maybe somebody was literally dancing in the ocean, or this is about some of you just dancing to get your body moving, all right? Because, you know, you dance and then your vibration goes up and then you're like, you're being adventurous, you're being spontaneous and carefree. You feel like, you know, livened up. But for somebody here, there's something about, you may literally, this for one person, you may be sitting by the ocean, or there's something of watching the moon, okay? And you're getting inspiration from the moon. It could very well be the moon representing the divine feminine. It's like you see the divine feminine in that moonlight and you get inspiration from her, because that moon is probably telling you something. It could be your counterpart telling you something, or it's because of that divine feminine energy. And it helps you to maybe take that chance. It helps you to take risks. It helps you to get motivated. It helps you to do things that you would normally do. I don't know. That was specific for somebody. But somebody looks like it's something with the moon, that they look at the moon to get inspiration because it reminds them of their feminine. Or there's something about the ocean for those of you who are probably by the ocean, and you get inspiration from that because the ocean is water that is representative of feminine energy too. So there's something about somebody who does that with the moonlight. Communicate. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. There you go. Communication. Somebody needs to communicate here. And you know who you are. Empathy. There's more beneath the surface. Things going on behind the scenes you don't know about. Like I talked about, have compassion, have empathy. Because you don't know exactly what somebody was dealing with. Okay? There needs to be a discussion between you two. Or if it's not with a connection, you need to communicate with somebody about something. My guides are hilarious. They said, Jess, look at the word dance again. Something about dance, DJing, or just literally somebody who likes to dance, dance studio or something like that. But I heard spiritual dance music, and that's hilarious because... and there's he's a Leo, David Palmer. I don't know why David Palmer tends to come up in my readings, but he does. And there's Leo energy right there. But my guides just literally said to me spiritual dance music. That's why they said to look at this again. So yeah, there you have it. Look, the top of the deck is take the helm. It's what I said. Be in control of your own ship. It's that Emperor energy right here. It's right there. Take the chance. Take the risk. You have nothing to lose. Nothing. Generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it to yourself? Dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore, guys. Nope. You got to go beneath the surface. You got to look within. If somebody here wants this union that might be your pearl, that union's not going to come if you're being the one you're being told to take that chance and take that risk and communicate with your feminine. Okay. Let's get your wellness message. What wellness message do we have for Taurus? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. I don't know why I'm getting this, but somebody is trying to decide on signing a contract for something. It might require you to move or something like that. I don't know why I got that, but I did. Black Tourmaline, protect your energy. Wow, this card showed up in my daily as well. Pink Opal, be kind to yourself. All right, Black Tourmaline. These crystals will help you with whatever guidance you're being given, especially with protecting your energies and being kind to yourself. If you feel drawn to purchase these crystals to help you with these things, by all means do so. It's not actually a requirement. You could even pause this video, take a screenshot, meditate on Black Tourmaline, or look up a picture of Black Tourmaline, meditate on it to help you with whatever the cards are suggesting. Only good vibes may enter. Learning how to fully realize and protect your personal energy is a powerful tool to stay strong, remain true to yourself, and resist being swayed or brought down by negativity, whether it's directed at you or simply present around you. Before going out in public, make a conscious effort to harness this inner strength and commit to staying positive, regardless of who or what may seek to dampen or drain your spirit. Utilize this shield of protection and you will recognize the difference. Ask yourself, have you been letting others' negativity affect you? Are there people in your life who leave you feeling drained when you spend time with them? How can you protect your vitality? Your affirmation is, I am strong, powerful, and protected. Today, before you leave the house, envision a strong energetic shield around you. Reconnect with this energy barrier throughout the day to reinforce your protection. So this is for those who are coming into union with their counterpart. The dark knows about this, so make sure you protect your energy. Make sure you're careful with who you're talking to. This is interesting because I've been feeling this. I've been literally feeling like angels coming in to stop people from talking to me or to stop people from getting into my space. I'm not kidding you guys. It's been nuts. So make sure you say this affirmation. I am strong, powerful, and protected. Ask God for protection. Ask Archangel Michael for that protection, because for those of you coming into union, you know, stuff is going to try to derail you, all right? And if you're having people who are putting negative, dark energy in your, sending your way, you need to clear that out. And if you're talking with these people, you need to stop listening to them, because they're really going to affect some major blessings coming your way. Okay. The bottom of the deck is pink opal. But if this is not, if the union thing isn't resonating with you right now, either way, protect your energy, because some of you are starting something really completely new. And that is you on the journey to becoming this, to come into your personal power. All right. The devil does not like that at all. Cut yourself some slack. The way you talk to yourself can either lift you up or tear you down. So be mindful of your internal dialogue. Honor yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Forgive yourself and remain your own best friend through the ups and downs of life. Make a conscious shift to speak to yourself with more compassion, empathy, and kindness. See, we talked about compassion. Treat yourself as well as you would treat others, or the way you would expect others to treat you. It all starts with your own inner voice. By showing yourself sensitivity, understanding, and gentleness, you can learn to be kinder and more compassionate toward others as well. How do you talk to yourself? Would you speak to others the way you speak to yourself? Would you treat others the way you treat yourself? Your affirmation is, I honor myself. Today, write down 3 things you love about yourself and read them aloud in the morning and at night. Alrighty. Rose quartz is at the top of the deck. Open up your heart. I was talking about that earlier. Okay, let's look at love and relationships for you. Oh, let me do it this way. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, Sirians, please reveal to us for highest good. What is going on? What guidance do we have for love and relationships for Taurus? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Ooh. Yamaya, Grandmother Ocean, and Primordial. Some of you, I just heard, you are to be the grandmother for others. There's some big motherly nature about you. Okay? You may have your moon in Cancer in your midheaven. That's for somebody specific. Bottom of the deck. Oh my God. Did I just say that? Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Adrift. The bottom of the deck is letting go. Allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. Oh my God. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so the lovers, it's a very passionate connection. This is like tantric sex right here. I don't know. Somebody's got their mind somewhere. And the Emperor can be very, very powerful, you know, in that department. But anyway, let's move on here. Before I lose myself, actually my entire spirit team is laughing at me real hard. Anyway. That's funny because I just looked at the line through Yemaya. We remember mermaid energy is not simply light, flirtatious, and sexual. Mermaid energy symbolizes the birth of the world through water. Even though we mermaids' power and energy has been appropriated and diminished until you think we are merely creatures of delight and sensuality, Yemaya's power and recognition is growing and beginning to ignite all of us. She is like a beam of light, reminding us of our great age, our strength, and the many, many lessons we have learned, and how we can bring so much more to birth in the world. Okay. She has taught us all. She birthed all the sea creatures, and she was vast. Island chains are but the scales upon her tail, volcano her belly, and all fates are permutations of her existence. Oh my gosh. We love Yemaya, and she is the great mer being, the mother of us all. Feeling drawn to underwater sea peoples archaeology, exploring the past, truly ancient history, alternative Earth and off-Earth history, understanding the power of the sea and respecting deeply female divinity in all its forms, human, animal, all creatures, exploring your own power and exploring what you can birth and empower, understanding the landscape and seeing the divine in the curve of the hill and the belly of the mountain and the womb of the sea, developing an interest in Santeria, voodoo, and the lines which blur across belief systems, looking to become more primal, to reconnect with your ancient self, taking care of yourself at a very ancient and deep level, and beginning to relate to people's deeper self rather than their social and often constructed selves. Third eye and crown chakras highly activated, yet sacral and base chakras powerfully grounded and flowing too. Yikes. I think somebody here knows already about Yemaya. If that's you, this is confirmation of what your purpose is. The others of you, that's talking about power. Knowing your power. Again, with that Emperor energy. The Adrift card. It suggests that there is a sense of making no effort at all at the moment, that you may be safe and be able to float, but it is up to the tides and the cycles and to the waves and to the wind to determine your destination. It can also suggest that there is a lack of urgency for you at the moment, that you are willing to be totally compliant and to see what happens next. And yet, this is a choice too. You can always paddle. You can choose to lie down, turn your face to the clouds, and drink the waters from the sky when they choose to come, to allow your fate to be decided for you. And sometimes this is right and good. It is sometimes humbling and can create wisdom. The wisdom that comes with observation and stillness, and the sense of sacrificing yourself to a power greater than yourself. There is no longer an anchor. There is no sail. There are no oars, and there is no map. There is only the floating world of which you are a part. This card invites you to contemplate the many aspects of letting go. And as so many of you humans say, so many times it has become a cliche, going with the flow. Sometimes for all our strength and purpose, we need to let go for a time, especially if there has been great turmoil and we are weak. Refusing to attempt to change things, allowing yourself to surrender to the situation to see where it takes you. Allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in, right? A kind of peaceful passivity, and in an oceanic way, allowing the cycles to make a decision on your behalf. This can indicate, too, that you have no desire to make decisions, only to drift and to float and to allow whatever outcome will be to be. It is as if there is no moving forward and no retreat, just a moment-by-moment acceptance of all that is taking place and a very gentle, almost imperceptible willingness to let the tide and current take you where it will. You are adrift, and you are somehow akin to Odin, hanging on the tree of life. It's like the hangman. Will you be taken to shore? Will you remain at sea? Will you fade and vanish? What is it you should do? That is not even a question you are asking yourself. It seems you have made the powerful choice for suspension, to rest, to not do, for nothingness, for allowing what is around you to determine for now the fate of yourself. Now, there's some of you where you're being called to let go, allow higher force to take charge, right? But this is also an energy of where you're like being indecisive. Oh, like whatever, I'm just going to let fate happen or whatever. But there's a difference. When God tells you to take action, you take action. That's still that fire force taking charge. Now, you take this how it resonates, because some of you have just been lying adrift, like whatever will be, will be. But if God has been specifically telling you to take your power back and to take action on things, then you do it. That's where you use discernment. That's when you know you're so close with God, you know when to take action, when you don't. And I think I talked about that, all right? Anyway, Taurus, that is your reading. I hope this helped you. If you would like to sign up for Capella membership, try out the 14-day free trial. You have nothing to lose. You can check out all my exclusive content there to help supplement these energies, yes, to help supplement these readings. Check out the benefits there. There's different tiers. Choose which one that calls out to you. You can sign up for a free trial for the majority of the memberships there. You also get free access to my private mobile app where you can directly chat with me. You can chat with the other amazing people who are in that tribe, in that family. You get to view all of the exclusive content on the app and join in wellness challenges and talk to other people and talk and have members only lives that are very empowering, very encouraging. All right. Check that out. The link for that is in the description box below. If you go to capellawellness.com, check out the memberships there, or check out the other services I offer in my service suite. If you have any questions at all about anything, please let me know. I'm here to help. All right, Taurus, that concludes your reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today. Always, I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.